Hey everybody, thank you for tuning in to our live power hour. My name is Brandy. I am a 3-star diamond coach, just in case anybody's watching this on YouTube. And I am super excited to walk you through kind of a daily to-do list. If you have 1 hour to work on your business, these tasks can really help you move it forward with limited time. A lot of times when we get started working into our Beachbody business, we turn on social media, we turn on Facebook, and we get sucked into the black hole. And we think we're being productive, and really if we sit back and look at it, we're probably not, because we are scrolling Facebook, we're looking at news feeds and making comments, which is good. And there's my 2-year-old throwing things across the room. This may get interesting because he's not asleep like he's supposed to be. What is the matter? Sorry. Here, take this. Anyway, so it's really important to have a task list and a to-do list and be able to stick with it so that you know that you're doing things on a daily basis that are going to help you grow your business, because that's why we're all here, right? So we're going to get started. I posted the photo in the training page earlier for all of you who aren't able to be on live. So you can watch this recording and you can save that photo so you know exactly what to do, not just today, but every day, because the only way this is going to help you is if you do it every day, not just today while I'm doing this call. So first step, we're going to spend 5 minutes adding at least 2 new friends on Facebook. If you do this every day, you are continually expanding your reach and your market and having new people to talk to. My son just poured chocolate milk all over the floor. See, my life is far from perfect, and somehow I manage to get my business done every day. So you can do it too. This is just like training in action. I planned all of this. All right, so spend the next 5 minutes adding at least 2 friends on Facebook. If you get on a roll, you can add more than that. Just work to increase your reach and your market all the time. Hey, Baba, can you get a towel? I'm going to mute it so that we're all typing and we don't hear each other click, click, clicking. Okay, 5 minutes is up. Next step, number 2, I want you to go back to Facebook on all your posts yesterday that were at all inspirational, fitness related, Shakeology related, nutrition related, things that you were sharing to add value to people. It could have been a direct invitation to, our sneak peek, whatever it was that had to do anything with fitness, nutrition, or Beachbody, and go look at who liked and commented on that post. Get a piece of paper or your coach notebook or however you track your business and write their names down. And you have 5 minutes to do this as well. I'll be right Okay. How many, if you hold up your fingers or you can unmute yourself, how many names did you write down?
Sorry, I missed what you said.
Oh,
what was the?
Well, you should have unmuted and asked again. Make sure.
Well, Eli was like screaming something about the dogs. I don't know. Anyway.
Yeah. Well, it's okay. I just changed a dirty diaper while y'all were doing that. The number 2 task was create a list from your previous day's posts. So anybody who liked, commented on any posts to do with nutrition, fitness, your journey, BeachBody, write those names down. And this is going to be your ongoing contact list of people who are watching what you're doing and who are interested so that you can eventually reach out to them. So go ahead and do that, Andrea. And for everybody else, don't freak out. I want you to start 5 new conversations in the next 15 minutes. So that doesn't have to be, hey, join my challenge group. It can be, but just start some conversations. It can be getting to know people, reaching out to somebody you haven't talked to in a while, checking in with a friend. It can be talking to someone who's been liking all those posts and that you just wrote their name down and starting a conversation. That's the best place to start because you know those people are following what you're doing. So take that list you just made, go reach out to 5 people, and you have 15 minutes to do that.
Okay, so let me get this straight. We're messaging 5 people. Is that what you said?
Yes, start 5 new conversations. So like I said, the best place to go is that list that you made of the people who liked your posts or you have already expressed interest in what you're doing. But these are new conversations, not follow-ups. Because in order to continually grow your business, you have
somebody you haven't talked to yet?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
And you don't have to lead in with the invitation. You can start just start a conversation somehow. And then we'll talk more about how to transition that into hopefully inviting them to join your challenge group or your team or whatever. I'm going to put a sample of like an example of what I often send to people that have liked my posts or whatever, just to start up a conversation in the chat box. And I'll read it out loud too, so that those who are listening to the recording can hear it. I just sent somebody a message and I said, hey, whatever their name is, thanks for liking a few of my posts lately. It's so encouraging just to know that people are listening and hopefully being inspired to work on themselves. Smiley face. How have you been doing? So you're just thanking them for their support. And then that kind of opens up the door for them to tell you, oh yeah, I love seeing your posts, or you really inspire me. And you can kind of start figuring out what it is that they like about what you put out there and why they're interested, and hopefully just continue the conversation from there. So hopefully that helps. Let's see. We still have about 8 minutes. So if you have time, if you've already started conversations, you can go start some more. The more you start, the more likely you are to get yeses, and the faster your business grows. So don't feel like you have to limit it to 5. If you have extra time, go for it. Just that's kind of the minimum. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and move on. Hopefully you started some good conversations. Now your next step is to actually invite 2 people. We're gonna spend 10 minutes doing this. And that means a direct invitation. So you can go back to people you've already been talking to, people that maybe you have just recently reconnected with, and send out a simple invite like, hey girl, this may sound random, but your name came to mind this morning, and I have a new health and fitness challenge starting soon. Not sure if you're interested, but would you like some more information? It can be very simple. It doesn't have to be complicated, and you don't have to feel weird about doing it, because the worst thing that can happen is they say, no, thanks, I'm not interested, but how are you, right? Don't be scared of that. It's not personal rejection, and this is how you build your business. This is how you get to the yeses. So be brave, be courageous, be confident, and just reach out. If you need help with what to say, just unmute yourself and talk to me, or put it in the chat box, and we can throw around conversation starter ideas. So let's get it done. 10 minutes, invite 2 new people, okay? Okay. Unmute yourselves and tell me how your invitations went, how you felt about them. Were you scared? Do you feel good about what you said? Are you still scared of the response? Any comments to share?
Well, personally, I have found just the more me I make the invitation, that might sound weird.
No.
I don't try not to sound scripted. And I usually will go to their Facebook page first and at least find something to like or comment on first.
Yes.
And then bring that up so that it's not so awkward, like, hey, you want to join me?
Right.
And then just like let it lay there. And I'm also like, hey, by the way, I really like the picture of your kid you posted at Valentine's or something. And so I just sent out 2, and they were from people that had liked posts, and I thanked them for that and told them that they came to mind when I was at doing my new challenge group, and if they would like some more information to let me know, and that I would love for them to join us. And so
yeah, and that's perfect, especially. What did you pour all over yourself? Okay, moving on. Follow-ups, 10 minutes. Conversations you already have going, go follow up, check in. If they need to make their challenge pack purchase, if you're still in the middle of the 5-step invitation process, 10 minutes to follow up.
Brandy, I have a quick question.
Yes, ma'am.
So like if you're following the 5-step invitation and like you're going through and asking them like questions to get like their health goals or that type of thing, what do you do if like the conversation goes dead and you like ask them like several questions but they haven't responded yet? Like what do you say to them?
How long has it been since they responded?
Like last Friday.
Okay, I usually send a message and just say, hey girl, I'm sorry we didn't get to finish our conversation yet. Is there a good time this week that we can chat? I know you're really excited about reaching your goals, and I know that this group can help you do it. When can we connect? So instead of asking them again about their goals, just put it out there and say, hey, I'm sorry we didn't get to connect, or we didn't get to finish our conversation. I know things get busy, but when can we finish that conversation? And some people still aren't going to respond, and that's okay, sometimes I'll be real direct if they're non-responsive and they were like really interested in the conversation in the beginning and then it kind of falls flat. I'll be like, hey, listen, I do not want to bother you at all. So if you're no longer interested in my challenge group, please just let me know. I just want to make sure that I didn't let the conversation end without making, helping you find the program that works for you, because I know you're really ready to do something to reach your goals. So just let me know. Either way, no big deal. Just lay it out there. Be honest. I mean, that's the best policy always is you don't have to be pretentious. You don't have to, like Katie said, make it you, but just be honest and they'll appreciate that, and they may say, oh yeah, sorry, I can't do it this month. I'm not interested anymore. Or what happens a lot of times is, oh, I'm so sorry. Every time I sat down to message you back, my 2-year-old ran across the room and spilled chocolate milk and then poured ranch dressing all over himself. Sorry I didn't get back to you.
Yeah.
Chat, right?
Yeah.
So
Right.
it could go either way, but just be really honest and really direct and tell them exactly what kind of response you want from them so that they can give you one or the other. Does that help?
Okay. Yeah, it does. Thank you.
I've changed his clothes twice now since we've been on this call, by the way. Let it be known. And the refrigerator lock is broken. That's why I can't lock the doors. I got to get a new one. Okay, let's move on because we're almost out of time. The last task, I'll let you guys finish on your own because we're going to run out of time for this recording. Number 6 on your to-do list is to post in your challenge group or your team page. This may or not apply to you yet. You may be running a challenge group with another coach or with your sponsor coach. That's fine. Go post something inspirational or something to encourage everybody that's in your group. Even if you were just a challenger, engage, comment, post. Post something in the team page if you have your own team page, or maybe you have a question or something you need help with. That's the time to do that now. Just make sure that you're connecting to your team. That's the whole point of this part of the list, because if you don't stay connected, you probably will not be successful. This is a group effort. It's a team effort. And the only way we succeed is if we stick together. So that's an important daily practice to make sure you're checking my team page or your sponsor coach's team page so you don't miss out on anything important that's going to help you. Okay, so take a few minutes to do that. And then right before this ends, I'll tell you what the last thing is, because you can kind of do this on your own anyway. And this will be the last thing on your list for your power hour. And please know that this is adaptable to you. One day you may spend 20 minutes doing follow-ups because you've got so many conversations going and people are responding. That's fine. Just make sure you get through all of these steps, because that's one of the best ways to build a well-rounded business, because you're following up on every bit of the tasks that need to be done for your business, for your inviting, for checking in on your challenge groups, for connecting to the team, for stepping out of your comfort zone. Of course, the one thing that's not on this is your personal development, which has to happen every single day, no matter what. So you got to figure out when to schedule that in as well. But this is just a guideline to help keep you on track so you don't get sucked into Facebook and end up being non-productive when you feel like you've been sitting down and working for an hour. So check into any groups that you may be a part of. I don't think this really takes 5 minutes unless you've got, several team pages or several challenge groups going, but you guys know how to do this. The last thing that you're supposed to do in your power hour is create posts for later use. And it also says to plan hooks, which if you haven't read the book, Jab, Jab, Right Hook, you don't know what that means. But this is so important, and something that my team and myself in particular and my leaders like Katie and our Diamond Group, this is something we're really working on, is if we want to treat this like a business, you can't just fly by the seat of your pants all the time, right? You have to treat it like a business. If you want business-like results, you have to have a marketing plan. You have to have a social media plan. You can't just wing it every day, because you wouldn't do that if you had invested in starting your own business. If you had a startup company that you were responsible for and its success or failure depended on you, you would make sure you had a plan, you were doing your marketing, you had your open for business sign on the door, and everybody knew what you were doing. And the same thing applies to this Beachbody coaching journey. You have to let people know what you're doing, and you have to approach it with strategy and a plan. The good news is those plans are already there for you, right? We have our team calendar. You have this power hour checklist. You have the 3 vital behaviors printout. You have, there's several power hour things actually. There's all these conversation starters. So be proactive instead of being reactive. Take some time each day, or maybe you spend several hours on Sunday preparing for the week, thinking about what you're going to talk about. Are you focusing on inviting people to join the business this week, or inviting to a challenge group? Is there a sneak peek? Is there a business opportunity webinar? Do you have new coaches that you need to train? And then plan your social media posts around that, because the more quality you can bring to the content you put out there, the more you can become a storyteller. And those stories take planning. You have to kind of plan it out and figure out what you want to say and what picture goes well with this and what's going to really grab somebody's attention. The more time you can spend doing that and planning it out, the more effective your social media marketing is going to be. So I want you guys to establish this habit and this practice from the very beginning, because you will save yourself so much time and frustration that I've had to go through by not being a planner in the past. So make sure you take some time to do that each time you sit down to do your power hour, so that you're not just grasping at straws, or you end up not posting because you don't have anything prepared and you don't really pay attention to when you need to post. So start putting that plan into place and think about what you want to say. Just put it in a Word document or a Google document, so that when you need to go put something up there, you highlight, copy, and paste, and you're good to go. It's already ready in there for you. All right, so we're about out of time. This is a great outline to follow, especially as you're just getting started as a new coach. It will keep you on task. It will make sure that you are doing the 3 vital behaviors, other than personal development. Make sure you're doing that. And it will really help you put into practice the daily things that you need to do in order to create success in this business. Remember, you can set goals. You can tell me what your goals are, but if your actions don't align with those goals, they will not happen. So taking action early on in your coaching journey is going to set you up for amazing things. Keep doing these things every day. Always reach out if you have questions or need ideas or don't know what to say to a conversation. Post it in our training group or in our private message, or reach out to me or your sponsor coach, because we want you to be successful and I want you to feel confident. And that just comes with time and with doing it, with taking action over and over again. So thank you guys for being on. Sorry about the interruptions with my crazy 2-year-old, but hopefully this will help you stay on track and really know how to begin to build a really strong business and set a good foundation for you. Have a great day, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.